And now moving to Europe, Germany is still in shock after a deadly car ramming attack at a Christmas market in Magdeburg City on Friday night. The suspect, who killed 5 and wounded more than 200, is a doctor from Saudi Arabia and has been living in Germany for 2 decades. Now, Saudi Arabia had in fact warned German authorities against the suspect last year, but Germany ignored the threat. And as new details emerged, the German government is drawing anger from the public, with many protesters calling for mass deportations of illegal immigrants. Here's more on this unspeakable tragedy.
An aggressive critic of Islam and the German government, a quiet neighbor who seemed to be friendly but private, a doctor with threatening posts on social media. Talib al-Abdul Mohsen is the 50-year-old man accused of ramming a car into a busy Christmas market in Germany's Magdeburg, killing 5 and wounding more than 200.
We went to the Christmas market yesterday, and yes, we basically left at 6 p.m. We left shortly before 6 p.m. and then later realized that we could have been hit. Unbelievably sad. It's unbelievable. I feel shocked. There are no words, no suitable words. I live right behind the Ali Center, so it's unbelievable. It's simply unbelievable.
German authorities say the suspect came from Saudi Arabia in 2006 and was granted asylum 10 years later in 2016. Professionally, the man worked as a psychiatrist at a clinic in the nearby town of Bernburg and treated offenders who suffer from drug addiction. Personally, Al-Abdul Mohsen helped young Saudi women seek residency in Germany. But that's not all. Officials say they received a tip-off against the suspect last year, that he was capable of violent attacks. The warning came from Al-Abdul Mohsen's home country itself, which he left as an anti-Islamist. Reports suggest that Saudi Arabia sent not just 1, but 4 official notices to German authorities, informing them about the suspect's extreme views. Moreover, Al-Abdul Mohsen also had a history of insulting and threatening local authorities. However, in a country where violent attacks have become frequent, even with the strictest of laws, authorities conveniently ignored the tip-off and failed to prevent the latest mass murder. The reason? Officials say Al-Abdul Mohsen did not fit the usual profile of perpetrators of extremist attacks. He described himself as a former Muslim, and his social media expressed support to the far-right anti-immigrant Alternate for Germany party. His recent posts on X, however, suggest that the suspect turned from anti-Islamist to anti-German, sparking confusion about his motives of attacking a crowd with a rented SUV.
At this stage, the only thing we can say with certainty is that the perpetrator was clearly Islamophobic. We can already confirm that everything else is subject to further investigations. We'll have to wait and see.
The latest attack that stunned the country's Christmas spirit has drawn grief and anger from the public and politicians, with questions mounting over security lapses at an extremely crucial time.
It is now important that we clarify the situation and that this is done with the utmost precision and accuracy. Nothing must remain uninvestigated, and that is how it will be. We have assured each other of this everywhere, the federal government with the state, with all those who have local responsibility here. And of course we must understand the perpetrator, his actions, his motives, so that we can respond with the necessary criminal and other consequences. And we will.
Notably, in just 2 months, Germany will hold its federal elections, and immigration is likely to be a hot-button issue. So far, 40 million people living in Germany are from a migrant background, and most of them come from Muslim-majority nations like Turkey, Kazakhstan and Syria. In fact, 6.6% of the German population is Muslim. This is in contrast to countries like Poland and Hungary, which have stricter immigration policies and have made life harder for Muslim migrants. But the aftermath of the car attack in Magdeburg suggests a growing sentiment against immigration, as Germany's far-right protesters flood the streets, calling for the mass deportations of migrants.